My next question is for Scott. I want to thank you for representing workers in thought, word, and in deed. Unfortunately, we often see many events where government members will play dress up and put on a hard hat, put on a safety vest, and claim to stand for workers. But what you've outlined here are many things that this government could do and actually represent workers by doing so, whether it's the repeal of Bill 124, doubling ODSP in Ontario Works, making union membership more easily attainable. I also wanted to point out that the Financial Accountability Officer just came out with a report today indicating that there will be $1.1 billion cut from education over the next 3 years and $5 billion cut from healthcare. Your comments as well about earlier cuts to education during the last Conservative government in the 90s reminded me as well of a scenario where John Snowballin was caught on a hot mic, talking about creating a crisis within education in order to pave the way for privatization, much like we see with our healthcare system at this current state. But I wanted to know if you could speak towards increasing violence that educators face in the classroom, as well as the growing dysregulation among students.
Yeah, thank you for the question. And it really does feel like we are being broken on purpose. Parents, I think, are starting to worry. And our union does represent education workers as well as teachers. The whole education team is feeling this. And the incidents of violence absolutely are increasing. We don't have the resources or the adults in the building to be able to adequately meet the needs of all students. Teachers and education workers care deeply about their schools and their communities, and that's part of the morale crisis as well, because they're doing everything they can and they see that it's still crumbling around them. And it weighs on them very heavily because they know the students aren't receiving the enriched programming that they should. Violence is growing, I would say, even at an exponential rate. Language, bullying, peer-on-peer violence, disrespect to the adults in the building, it's all there. And I know that just walking through schools, hearing it in the halls, seeing the incident rates that are being filled out, it should be a concern all around, especially when we know that we have had some of the best schools globally. And we're losing that. And, every dollar spent in public education returns $1.30 back to our economy. So it's not like dollars spent in education are wasted money. There's real returns there, I think, for our communities. So thank you for those points. They resonate with us. And I think we need to be looking very, very closely at where our schools are at, what they can do, and what we would like them to be.